Good morning! At it again this morning. So, let's talk about chasing people. Where I want to go with this morning. You guys, when I come up with these lives, sometimes, I don't know, they just come at a whim. I just ask God to give me what I call a God bomb that people need to hear, or I think that had the biggest impact on my life and kept me from moving forward to being my best self, to whatever God has called on me. So you're looking at probably one of the biggest people pleasers, people chaser, people approval seeker, whatever you want to call it. I was that person. And I think I lived up to this point, up to about a year ago, my entire life of that. And it's hard. It's a hard road to walk. It's a sad road. It's a broken road. And so where I want to go with this is when you try to chase people and seek their approval and keep friendships mended and keep people liking you for somebody you're truly not, it says something inside your heart. It makes you, I don't want to say angry and bitter, but it makes you almost suppressed to a point where you don't believe that you have a special calling on your life. You don't believe you're valued. You don't believe you're worthy. You don't believe that you can accomplish certain things because you have to have these people's approval to do these things, when in reality, God put something on your heart for a purpose. God put something in there inside of you for a reason. And if it's there, you are to chase it down. So let me give you an example. Health and fitness was a vehicle for me back in the day, and I love it. I still love it to this day. I love moving. I love taking care of myself. And I thought it was my passion and my heart. But here's the key. Here's the thing I've learned. I'm just going to say this entire pregnancy, because God has really revealed some things. I thought it was my passion because it's what people approved of, because it was more normal than going into an unnormal business of network marketing. I can remember watching my family and my friends congratulate each other, do these things. So for example, family would graduate and give money for people who graduated in a traditional college. Now, let me disclaimer something real quick before I dive into all this. I'm not saying, again, what's good for the goose isn't good for the duck, okay? Everybody has a different path, and I'm just sharing my personal path to hopefully give you insight that will help you see where you need to go and what your vision is, and not what somebody else has called on your life. So I watched my family congratulate and celebrate and do these things for other people, and I thought that, it made my heart hurt because I never officially got that. I never got that bragging right from my family. I'm going to sit on my stairs again this morning. I never got that, I'm proud of you, you've accomplished great things, you've done this, you've done that. I just never got that. And it was because I probably wasn't that traditional person. I wasn't that person that graduated high school, wanted to go to college and work in corporate world. I wanted to do other things with my life. And then I had friends who, this is a hard one for me, because this one's very fresh, but I had friends who loved me, and I know they loved me, but at the same time they lived a different life than I did. And because I wanted to be a certain way, or wanted to follow God strongly, or wanted to do certain things within my life, they didn't always fully understand me. And it was okay, but it was hard. So I found myself trying to do things to keep that relationship mended. I would go to extremes, literally go to extremes to keep it mended. And it finally just got to a point where it was such a heavy burden and such a heaviness that it was just making me sad when I didn't get the things back that were reciprocated. I didn't get that same notion and that same feeling back. And then one day my husband said to me, and I want you guys to listen to this, this was key to me, and this is where I really started to change my life. My husband, he's so wise sometimes. He said to me, Tommy, he said, are they going to change their life for you? Is your family, is your friends, is people that you meet along this road, are they going to change their life for you like you're changing your life for them? And it really hit me hard, and it dawned on me that no, they're not. They're going to keep doing what they want to do. They're going to keep going on and living their life. And here I am trying to, adjust my life for them to keep things happy and to make me feel good on the inside. They didn't care how I felt on the inside. I mean, they might have, but they didn't know what I was battling. So I had to really just get real with myself. And it doesn't mean that you have to completely cut these people out of your life and quit, associating with them. They might cut themselves out. But when you're hurt and when you're struggling and you're broken and you're trying to chase things down that don't want to be on that same path with you, it's a lost cause. And you're just causing yourself more heartache and more, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know, I can't think of a word. But you guys, I did the same thing with my husband. For a long time, I wanted to seek my husband's approval. I wanted him to tell me he was proud of me. I wanted him to tell me I was doing things right. And because I never got that, because we were in such a broken state, it's like I tried harder. And the more I tried, the harder I failed. So you guys, really where I'm going with this is you have to work on you. You have to make yourself happy. First and foremost, if you're not happy in here with who you are and what you're doing, you're not going to be able to do that for anybody else. I don't care who they are. I don't care how long you've been around them. I don't care how much you love them. You can't do it. And since I've been on this new little cleanup journey, in just less than a year, you guys, my life has done a dramatic 360. Have I lost some valuable friendships, what I thought? Mm-hmm. Have I been criticized? Uh-huh. Have I been judged? Uh-huh. Have I been questioned? Absolutely. But there's something that switched inside of me that said, this is my life, this is what I want to do, and this is who I'm called to be. And if you don't like it, I'm still going to love you. I'm still going to be that person that is going to support you and going to be nice to you, but I don't need you on my train. I don't need you to back me anymore, because honestly, the people that want to back you and want to be there and want to see you succeed and be happy will be there to the end, hardcore, no matter what. A lot of times you see, you hear it all the time, fights between parents, fights between siblings, fights between spouses, and sometimes it's easier to run away from those things. And I was the biggest runner in the world. You guys, I would move states. I probably lived in 4 or 5 different states because it was easier for me to run away from a situation than to face it head on. And the same goes with my husband and I when we were so broken. It was easier for me to run than to really share the hard, real truth with him. The things that I was ashamed of, the things that I was embarrassed of from my past. I didn't, there was a few things in my past that I didn't share with my husband up until 2017. And it was hard. It was very hard, and it was very shameful, and it was very embarrassing. But the moment I did it, and I want you guys to listen to this, I'm gonna cry. The moment that I shared those things that I didn't want anybody to know about me, that I didn't want even the closest person in my life to know about me, it's like God lifted this weight off my shoulder and I could finally breathe, and that stone that had been riding on my chest for so long was gone, and I could finally start living my life and turning my life around to live this life that I was called to be. Do I live this lavish, glorious, rich life? Absolutely. Do I live it according to what society thinks? Probably not. I'm not your typical, and I don't even want to say typical because everybody's different, but I want you guys to understand what you see on social media day to day. this even when you see moms, these big old families, or these families smiling all happy, I guarantee you there was some arguing and some spanking to get that photo taken. My point being is you cannot focus off of social media of what somebody else's life is. You can't. And you cannot compare. Absolutely not. Nobody knows your story. Nobody knows the walk you've been on, and nobody knows where you're coming from and where you're going. And until you love and appreciate who you are and what you created and what you've been through and who it's made you be, you're never going to be truly happy. I don't care if you drive a bicycle to work. There's a reason you do. Be proud and own it. And if anybody questions it and anybody wants to tell you it's not right, it's not society's way, I'm going to say this. Give them the big middle finger. And I mean, that's the truth. I cannot express that enough. And I am probably one of those people, I was one of those people that thought you had to have all the best of everything. You had to look good. You had to have the material things. And I put myself in a lot of debt for that reason. And, you know, right now I'm even talking to my husband about selling my car. I don't need a car for the next probably 6 months. I mean, my husband works from home now. And I share that only because it's not society's way. I mean, it's your way. And I think that we get too caught up in what other people are going to believe about us and think about us. And so we try to live our lives a certain way according to what people are going to think. And I'm here to tell you, this is the biggest wake-up call I had for myself is, it doesn't matter what you do. They're going to think what they want to think. They're going to believe what they want to believe. And until you start to just live life for you and your family, your immediate family, you'll never truly be 100% happy. So, as an ex-top 10 people pleaser, I hope you guys take this advice to heart and that you really start to work on it. And if you think that you can't and you think it's hard, it absolutely is hard. But until you want that pure joy and happiness for yourself first, versus somebody telling you they're proud of you or that, you know, they want your life, or I don't know, I could go on and on. That's not pure joy. That's not pure happiness. So, if you need a cheerleader, you need somebody to be your support, just reach out. I would love to encourage you along the way, because it isn't easy, but at the same time, it isn't easy staying stuck in that hidden world. So, thank you guys, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. Bye.